Well, the merger protection language I feel is mostly fluff. Um, if the company ever decided to go bankrupt or something like that and to shut off the overhaul facilities or anything like that, I don't see where this language would really protect it. Um, if you keep lowering your wages like we're doing, if anything, it would make the company want to spin off overhaul even more because it would make it a more attractive buy for somebody else. I really don't feel it would be effective and that it provides any value to our members. Well, the ASM Cap presents a real threat to our membership. The current formula caps ASMs at Eagle at 6%. The new formula would cap it at more than double that at 12%. Currently, the Eagle fleet is about half the size of the American fleet, and that's at 6%. So it's conceivable that if you double the ASMs that they could fly, you could double the fleet, which would put the Eagle fleet at the same size as the American fleet. Or the American fleet could shrink substantially, and with it, a lot of jobs and opportunities for our members. Well, in the past, things in the contract were basically specified as being overhaul, meaning the overhaul basis. The new term is much broader. It's not really an exclusive term. It just says that maintenance base will include the following stations: Tulsa, AFW, and MCI. Well, it's conceivable that the company could expand on that and also throw in JFK, LAX, DFW, and Miami. And then the same rules that apply to maintenance bases would apply to those stations. The language is open-ended. It's not specific. And if anything, I think we're better off leaving the language as it is. Well, the major concession there is that they're removing the 1/7 rule, which limits the amount of people that they can make work the weekends. By making the overhaul operations more like the line operations, it makes it more likely that they would expand the definition of a maintenance base to include other stations. I think it's a big concession for our guys in overhaul. It's nice for us to know that there's always the option, if we want to live a normal life with normal working hours, that we have the option to maybe go to an overhaul facility where we could work regular hours and have regular days off. I really think it's a huge concession for our overhaul bases, and it's going to impact their quality of life, especially their family life. Well, the problems that I have with Article 4 is that the first 2 years of the agreement are completely ignored. Basically, we have a 2-year pay freeze with the result that we lose real value as far as buying power for the first 2 years of the contract. The signing bonus would only apply to the overhaul basis. However, the line stations would not get the signing bonuses. The structural increases are way too small. We would have to go 2 years with 0 increases. The third year, we would have a 3% increase. The fourth year, we would have a 1.5% increase, which is half of the nominal inflation rate. And the fifth year, we would only have a 1.5% increase, once again lagging inflation. So the result would be that our structural increases would still leave us way behind inflation and really wouldn't make up for any of the losses that we saw from the 2003 to 2008 period. My main concern with the midnight retention skill premium, while they ostensibly have increased the premium to a dollar more, what they've done was they've shrunk the window in which that premium will be paid. Currently, there's no way American Airlines can cover a 24-hour shift without paying anybody the midnight retention premium. However, under the new rules, with the reduced window, where it's only an 8-hour window instead of an 11-hour window, they could easily cover all 24 hours of the shift and avoid paying anybody the MRT. So my concern is they're throwing this out there and then they'll switch it later by altering people's start times so they can have 24-hour coverage without paying anybody the MRT. Well, this concession, which was put in 2003, is basically being extended another 5 years, where unlike the rest of the industry where they got differentials of up to 58 cents, our max shift differential is 3 cents. So it lags the rest of the industry by a wide margin, and it's not industry leading or even competitive. Our overtime rules are inferior to most of the rest of the industry. At no point do we ever get to a time where we start to earn double time regardless of how many hours are on the clock. Most contracts, even in other industries, usually have it where after you work 4 hours of overtime, and if you're required to work more, you would fall into double time. There's no time at all where we fall into double time, which really impacts the amount of money that we make on field trips, where we expose ourselves to a lot of other dangers, a lot of other difficulties in order to help out the company. And in the past, we were, well compensated for it. With the cap at time and a half, we no longer have that option. The tentative agreement does not restore our holidays to what we used to get before, and it doesn't bring us up to industry standards. Prior to the concessions, we used to get 10 holidays at double time and a half, which is normal throughout the industry and throughout many other industries. This agreement would only bring us to 8 holidays at double time. It represents a loss of about $9,800 for our members in pay, because we're not getting the full value and the full amount of holidays that we should be getting. This agreement does not restore our vacations. We still lag the industry by 1 week. Once again, it's another large dollar item that our members come up short. The company did put in 2 personal vacation days that you can use, but it still leaves us behind the rest of the industry by 3 days a year. So no, it does not restore our holidays.